It's everybody hating on us. Man, we love my club. Hates in Champions League
Oh
final
yeah,
or not.
yeah.
I've been a fan for what now? 28 years. The last 20 years have
Tell
been a
them,
struggle. So
tell
right
them.
now I feel good. Win or lose, we're in a place where we're in the conversation. That's all I care about.
Oh
But
yeah.
that's not why we're here today. As you guys know, it's always about the big game at the EPL weekend. We're gonna give you guys a Champions League final preview later. But this weekend, the big one or the big clubs this weekend is Liverpool versus Chelsea. And we've got Shexter back with us. Thank you for coming back, Shexter.
How you guys
And
doing?
Charles has shown up bravely, even though he said his season is over, but he's still here defending his club.
Always,
Sometimes he
always.
wears the jersey when they're winning. Sometimes he does
I
a
don't need the
silent protest
jersey.
and
I don't need the jersey. You see
and
that
just
behind
leaves
me.
the that with the I'm saying the same thing. You just do a silent protest. You leave the logo in the background.
Yeah. Once in a while, Switch it up.
A- and Gloria is back with us. Welcome back, Gloria. Gloria is always here, happy to talk football with us, whether it's Arsenal or it's whichever club that is up.
Thank
Yep.
you
Good to
for
see
having
you.
me.
Thanks for coming back.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So, Shexter, like last time you were here, it was Manchester United last weekend. We all
Hmm.
know how that
Mhm.
went. You guys, tried to rally back, almost did it, but mind you, again, somehow they keep finding ways to win recently, and you guys lost. I just want your thoughts on that game, real quick. What do you think about the way your team played, and how does that feed into this weekend? You guys lost Isak
Um,
again, unfortunately. For
mhm.
me, it's a shame because I like watching Isak. He's a great striker. But go ahead.
Well, when it comes to Isak, because you brought that up right now, I've always said that he shouldn't have played again this season. This is how I kept him, wait for him till next season, and then it would just look like a new signing for us. That's what they should have done. Bringing him back too early, I mean, it's what are we really playing for at this time that you think that you need to bring him back from injury too early? And as players, which I am. Also, when you come back from a long-term injury, you're at the risk of other things. But to go back to that game against United, um, I don't really think we played our best, and really, and it's been an ongoing thing throughout the season. One time we're hot, and then we were cold. We started the game very strong, and then at the end we kind of like lapse, and then this goals go in. It's unfortunate that it was another late goal. That cost that loss for us. But then we didn't really start as strong as I thought we would have started the way after the loss at
Mm.
Anfield. I thought we are gonna come over here and do our best. But I guess with the way we are right now, I guess that's the best that we can offer. I've already given up on this season. I just hope that we'll make Europe, Champions League, top four. That's really what we're fighting for right now. Like you said, I know we said backstage, top four is is very precious right now. So yeah, but then looking at things, Slot as good. I think he's a good manager, but not a great coach. That's what I think is going on. He's able to like manage teams if you can give him a good team, a good setup. He bought all these players. I think it's their first season together. Let's hope that second season will be better, but that's all we can hope for right now since I don't see him leaving the end of the season. I think he's gonna be there one more year, if not
Mhm.
2 more years, depending on how the season goes next time up. But we'll see with the upcoming game. There's really let's just go and play and let's play and do our best. That's just it. There's really no, oh, we got to win. We got to, nah, shit. At this point, win or lose, I don't even like, it doesn't even trick me anymore, nothing. I just watch for the fun of it.
Let me. You brought up slot, and I'll just take your answer real quick. are you a slot in, meaning, let's see what he does next season, or are you a, I want him out right now?
Oh, I'm a slot in like I said, when he came in with Klopp leaving the club last season, you saw how he managed those players very well. And I
Yeah.
think one of the downfalls that he's had this season is the additions that we have. And then, you've changed the style of play. These guys, the mentality under Klopp was you lose that ball, you get it back like right away. You don't give the opponent to like control have the ball. But he like you sit back when he this time around you go not as a cluster. You just send one person here, one person there. But the midfield is not being managed properly with the setup that we have. So that's why I'm thinking that maybe the now that he's had these guys for a year,
Mm.
let's see, maybe he can bring something, make something out of them by next season. I mean, you can see that there's some games that yes, the team looks like they got it together, and then you just look at
Right.
other games that like, are they professionals at all?
Okay. Okay. Mr. Charles,
Hey,
are you with us?
why? I'm here. I'm listening to Shakespeare now.
Okay. So you guys go up to Anfield. You're coming off the back of, I was gonna say a loss, but I think at this point it's a few losses in a row.
Several
Even
losses.
after several losses, even after Mr. LinkedIn Liam's departure. You guys have, I think, five losses in a row, or
Yeah.
or maybe even six. But
Six, I think six.
the last one was particularly shocking because it was against Forest. You guys were at home, and Forest actually rested their first team because they have an European game this week. So they had massive rotation. I think it was like seven or eight different players dropped. Tell me what you thought of that game. What you thought or what you think is the problem. So I think at earlier it seemed to be that it was Liam Rosinho's problem. Like he just didn't have a handle on things.
Mhm.
And he's left now. Are the players still having what I would call maybe a hangover effect from his time, or is there something deeper going on that is contributing to similar losses? Because honestly, if I look at it, I don't see anything beyond another loss for you guys at Anfield. Oh, did we lose you? I hope we didn't lose you.
Yeah, I think we'll probably be back. And Gloria to you.
Lights out at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
Hmm.
All right. So since Gloria is
So can
here,
I
Charles
say
is back.
something? Yeah, I wanted to piggyback on what Dexter was saying regarding Isa. So when you said, oh,
Yeah.
that maybe he shouldn't play again this season, I saw it more as an Isa thing more than a Liverpool thing.
Hmm.
I'm sure he wants to he wants to make the World Cup. So he probably wants to use the last few games to get himself prepped for the World
That's
Cup.
true.
You get, so it might not be ready, but I think he just wants to have a run of games so he can go because Sweden made the World Cup anyway. So and another thing that people are saying, you were talking about fourth and everything. What is essentially lost in all this? Oh, people don't like Arsenal fans. Arsenal actually gave the Premier League an extra Champions League spot, which is making teams like Liverpool able to say, okay, if we get the fifth point spot, no, I'm just being serious here because even in all of this, so Arsenal does it. What the
We
way
are
Arsenal
fourth now.
play?
We're not fifth. We are
No,
fourth.
no, no. I'm saying you're four. How many points ahead?
I mean, we're on the same
It's on
points with
goal
Aston.
difference.
We're leading Aston Villa by goal difference.
Goal difference, which
Yeah.
can, if you draw a game, they win, they go back to fourth. So I'm just saying that you're on that, on the cost of fourth or fifth, depending on how things go. I'm not saying this in a bad way. I'm just saying that as much as people have criticized the way Arsenal has played, one way or the other, the way they played in the Champions League, obviously compared to the Premier League, has afforded the Premier League an extra spot. So now it's just a matter of you just keep on, just win out and you are in the Champions League, essentially. Because if you look back at how Liverpool started the season, it was like, oh, Liverpool were going to repeat. Then something happened and everything kind of just went, upside down. And then nobody felt that Liverpool, it took them a while to get back to this European positions. Now Liverpool is in a position whereby they can just win out and be in the Champions League is what they're not like, there's no jeopardy, essentially. That's what I mean. So obviously,
Yeah,
I said that to say that it may be an Isak thing more than, oh, why is Liverpool playing it? He might want to, play himself into fitness for the World Cup.
to the World Cup squad.
Yeah.
So sorry, I think we lost you for a few minutes, Charles.
9.
But I was yeah, I don't know if you heard. Did you hear
I
the
heard
question?
everything.
Which
Yeah, I know.
was
In regards to Chelsea, honestly,
yeah,
there's so many things going on with Chelsea, so many internal issues. I don't even know where to start. You understand? Liam was just, Liam had his own issues. Liam just wasn't the man for the job. Because I believe if Chelsea gets a decent coach, someone who actually knows the job, who can actually discipline the players and rally everybody together, I think the on-field issues can be resolved. Results can start coming in.
mm,
Now, backroom staff issues, the owners and things like that, sporting directors, all those issues right there need to be resolved also. And of course, it's a trickling down effect. It comes from the top. But the truth is, what's going on with Chelsea right now with the post-Liam era, it can't really be explained because he's still part of the backroom issue trickling down. A lot of players not being disciplined enough to just sit up and get results. Now,
mm,
we have 3 games to go, 4 games to go. I don't know how many now. Can we still get results? But the question is, do we even need the results at this point? We need the result of the FA Cup final against City. So hopefully they can at least perform in that game. But in the Premier League, that's why I keep saying the season is over, the season is over. I don't know if there's really much to do there. Solutions, what can be done for Chelsea? People have been clamoring for the sporting directors to be fired, the sporting director to be fired. Their transfer policy is not good enough, all that good stuff. I
mm,
personally think if the sporting director's transfer policies weren't good enough, they were doing something that the owners didn't like, they would have been fired. So I think the owners are the real issues. They came
mm,
into Chelsea with the mentality of making it a cash and grab, a buy for cheap, sell for profit deal, while still thinking they can win on the side. It doesn't work like
mm,
that. Chelsea fans have been clamoring for experience since these guys came. And experience is not just on the field. Experience, experience in the back room also when it comes to the coaching staff and the coach, the manager. We've not had that. Since they came, they fired the Champions League winning coach. And then I had a mid-table level coach in Graham Potter. After he left, they brought in, what's his name? Pochettino,
Argentina.
who has had his good times and good teams, but I don't think he's that clutch, in my opinion. You understand? And then after him, they brought in Maresca, who could have been a good deal, but it seemed like the same reason Pochettino was let go is the same reason Maresca was let go, challenging the authority, which sometimes sounds like a bad thing, but it's not really a bad thing. Sometimes when you put in work, you also want your work to be recognized. You want support from the upper management. These guys are not getting that support in terms of buying quality players, buying established players. If you're buying players that are not up to par, players that will be if you buy the next Ronaldo for me today, he's not yet Ronaldo. You understand? So don't expect Ronaldo results from him. If you buy me the next Messi, he's not yet Messi. Don't expect Messi results today. You understand? And the problem is you want him to deliver today, but he can't because he's not capable yet. You want me to coach him to deliver, but there's so much I can do. So I think they need. Take for instance, I was reading today about Mourinho trying to get back to Real Madrid, and he gave Real Madrid a list of requirements before he can take the job.
mm,
They need someone who will come in, give them a list of requirements, and they have to meet those requirements. Because, like I always say, I don't want to sound like a broken record. There's a reason why they couldn't seal the Osimhen deal. There's a reason why they couldn't seal the Magnan deal. There's a reason why they couldn't get Luis Enrique, because Luis Enrique interviewed for the job before he went to PSG. There's a reason why we don't have a shared sponsor right now. These things are all signs of figureheads or the leaders above who don't really understand the job. And they're hiring people who can't question them, like Liam Rossonero. And unfortunately, all that trickles down to the results on the field. So until those owners fix up, either sell the club to someone who loves football and wants to get results, or change your strategy. Forget what you know, unlearn everything you know, and just put in the work. Do what is needed to be done. Buy the experienced players. I think Sterling, I blame Sterling for this. Sterling really, really scared these guys. Sterling got the mega deals, an experienced player that they bought, and he just slumped. And since then, they just said they're not buying experienced players. Because experienced players are expensive. You will pay salary for their experience. And that's what they're trying to do. That's why they couldn't sign Osimhen.
And you spend transfer fees as well.
Even if they come free, you will pay the salary. The salary of Osimhen was asking them to pay what is earning at Napoli. They were trying to give him incentive deal. Because that's what these young boys like Obama are taking. Because they're still new to the game. But someone who has been in the game, who has experience, who has got to a particular salary level, he's not going to drop down because you are telling him he should, or because you're telling him.
You don't know startup.
Huh?
Just because they're running a startup.
Exactly. Exactly. So the truth about the earlier they accept the truth, the better.
Wow.
That their process is not working. They need to try something different.
That analogy might actually be spot on, Dexter. It's like they're running Chelsea like a startup. It's like, okay, let's try something new. Let's try this.
Yeah.
Let's get in some new college guys.
I think there is also too many cooks. Yeah. Chelsea, for me, I don't think they have a figurehead. Remember when the Nigerian guy was there in Emenalo?
Emenalo.
He was in the background, but it was doing a lot of solid stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so Chelsea has this whole idea. And you know what? The thing is, you guys had Abramovich for a long time.
Yeah.
So you were used to, this isn't working. Let's replace. I don't care if I've paid in all this money, but not everything can have an Abramovich owner that'll just say, okay, maybe the only other team that operates that way now is Man City. It's not working. We can buy somebody in January to plug that hole, even though we don't necessarily have to sell to buy. And these people, I don't think they're experienced. They don't understand football. Remember when they came into the league and they were talking like they wanted to turn the league into like an American sport where there's no relegation, there's playoffs. You understand? It doesn't work that way. They never quite sat down to understand what the league really entails. It was just they didn't have. I don't think they had a scout. It was just a matter of Arsenal wants to buy Moses Caicedo. I'm just going to go over there and give him 8-year contract, and I'm going to give Brighton whatever it is. And that was what actually you're saying Sterling. Forget Sterling. Modric sets you guys back a long, long way, right?
Modric is a young player. So the
thing is, it's a young player, but the outlay for Modric.
You spent 100 million.
No, the point I'm trying to make with Sterling is this. Sterling for a while was the highest paid player in Chelsea, all the while he was there. The point is, when you get an experienced player like Sterling, you will pay. And unfortunately, Sterling did not come out good for them. So they scrapped the idea of experienced players from there and started going for Modric is 100,000 a week compared to Sterling.
No. The outlay as per what they had to pay to his club, and also Sterling did not come in and was bad. Sterling had 2 good seasons. Remember?
No. Sterling did not have 2 good seasons. Sterling started off well, then fell off in the very first season.
Oh, really?
And he showed up.
I thought he gave you guys 2 good seasons.
So all these Modric guys, Jackson, all of them. The thing is, like you said, they have 8-year deals. The money is so spread out; it's not a big deal. All that came from Sterling. Sterling was getting 330 or so a week. He got an experienced player's deal, and then didn't deliver, and that's what scarred them. So unfortunately, you gotta lose some to win some.
And another thing is really, I have to go back to looking out for what other people are doing because they're not experienced in the league. Remember the year
Yeah,
they
I
came
agree with
in.
you.
The year they came in coincided with the year that Arsenal had all these young players. Arsenal was playing with a lot of young players, the Sakas, these guys that went to
Arsenal's always had
Fulham.
them.
No, sorry.
So
No,
Arsenal
no,
never
no,
had them.
that year, remember that year when Saliba, all of them, they were like 20, 21. We had a very young core. Now they're all in their 24, 27. We have 27, some 27-year-old. Even that period, that our first season of competing, a lot of people were like, oh, they're no leaders, they're all young players. Maybe if you had brought an experienced player, they would have been able to see them through. So they came in around that same junction. So they were competing for players that, okay, Liverpool wants to buy this player. We don't care. Let's just go and get him. How does it fit into our system? I don't think they were doing all those kind of strategy. They were not strategizing. They were just going out. They didn't have a scout. So
I
it was
agree.
almost like other teams were scouting for them and they were just picking all these players. They didn't care if they had, look at the guy from Southampton, your midfield player, uh, the
Lavia.
guy that came,
Lavia.
Lavia. That Lavia guy, he's a good player, but he has always been injury prone. Even when he was at Southampton, I don't
Yeah.
think they did any type of due diligence. It was just a matter of, oh, Liverpool wants Lavia, we're going
I
to go
believe
get Lavia.
Bully did admit that there were times when
You did.
you know he heard that a big club was after a player, and it made
Yeah.
sense for them
So
to
at
try
the
and get
so
the player. So
exactly. So at the
I
end
know
of
we
the
all
day,
joked about it, but he came out and admitted that they actually
Yeah.
were doing that at some point.
yeah, because I saw that it was just a matter of, oh, this person just mentions this name, and then the next thing is at Chelsea. So I was like, are Chelsea just waiting for other people to scout for them? But then when you have young players like that, everybody trying to be the superstar. Remember when they went to get Enzo Fernandez? Was it really worth how much they paid for him? And you had a bunch of young players that everybody wanted to be a star. You didn't have like a leader at the time. And they obviously you said the Sterling thing didn't work out, but Sterling has never shown you that he's a leader. At that point, you
Yeah.
needed somebody, whether at the back as a defender or in the middle. Sterling was just going to do his wing run and collect his money. When he was at Man City, he had a lot. He had this Vincent Company. He had all these other big players. So coming into Chelsea, Sterling was just okay to be back in London, in my opinion. If Arsenal had gone for him, he would have gone. If Tottenham had even gone for him and paid Man City the money, he would have gone. He wanted to be back in London, you know.
So
So Chelsea went, and so really it still comes down to the owners. So whoever they end up, getting as a coach is going to have a problem. Tuchel should have been there.
It
Tuchel just won
depends.
a
It
Champions
depends.
League.
It
we
depends.
we are
But
we are where we are though. Charles, is there any chance? Do you see any chance of a change in fortunes this weekend?
Not this weekend. Well, I'll answer you in two parts. For this weekend, yes, it's possible. It's
Where
possible
where
because
where can that turnaround come from? What can spark that turnaround?
the desire to win from the hearts of the players.
it's
That's
Is
the
there
really,
only.
But
anything
do
though that
they
is
no,
have?
happening with the squad for
it's,
that spark to come from the players? Did you
it's
see
regained
anything in
back.
the game?
What was the last thing you said? Sorry.
I was asking, did you see anything from the game last season or that you've heard over the course of the week that says that there might be a spark and that brings that turnaround?
So here's the thing. Not all of the players are like a school and just taking it slow and just don't care. Some still care. Jao
Mm.
Pedro's speech after the game, saying we have to look inward, all that good stuff. So there are still a few players here and there that still care and care for their own image, care for their own status. If those ones can influence the others to step up, I think results can come. You understand? I also think the whole talk about and I keep saying the season is over. The only game that matters to me right now is the FA Cup final against City. So
Mm.
whether a result happens against Liverpool or not, I don't think it's that important. But I expect them to step up and just
Oh, that's Charles again.
So I was asking him if Reece James was back. That could give them a spark. Because at least
That's
Reece James He represents the club. He was
Yeah,
always,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
He's a core player.
yeah, the core
Can you
player
guys
as
hear
Okay,
me?
well.
let me see his injury status. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, but you
Yeah, we
still
can
can't
hear you,
see me,
Chelsea.
right?
Yeah, we can
No, not
see
Can
you,
yet.
you see me?
but we can hear
No, not
you.
yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Not yet. Okay, I'll fix
Uh,
that. But in the meantime, while I fix
so
that,
yeah,
yeah.
Gloria
So the
was
whole
asking
thing
if
about
Rhys James is back this weekend and if maybe that might be a spark for you guys.
nah, I'm not sure if he's back. I'm not even sure if he's injured. I think it's just cautionary bench issues.
Oh,
Just him. But I think the whole thing about Chelsea is I personally don't think it's that far off. I think the biggest issue is control. And I'm moving past. I'm not talking about just on field. I'm talking about from the owners now. The biggest thing is control. They gotta let go of control
mm,
to someone who's worth it. Get a good manager, give him control. Control includes being able to make decisions in transfer dealings. He doesn't have to get all the players he wants, but let him provide a list of experienced players he wants. Get him two or three. Get him the amount you can get him, and let him
mm.
work. Because the issue with Maresca had was them interfering so much in his day-to-day dealings. At
Mhm.
some point, that breaks, that breaks the person doing the work. Well, let me get back to you guys. I gotta fix this.
Che- Check
Yeah,
that.
I
Is
think
it
in
3 points
discipline,
confirmed?
Yeah.
I think in discipline also cost Chelsea a lot this season.
Yeah, yeah,
All these red cards, all this, there was there's actually no control, from the boardroom to the
yeah.
field.
Charles has talked about that too. That there's a lack of
Mm.
discipline, or there's no leader to keep them in line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Checks.
Yeah.
I was asking
I
if you're confident of 3 points. I think 3 points this season, if we look at the table, pretty much guarantees that you guys will be in the Champions League this season.
I mean, 3 points to guarantee us, as well as what's the name? Aston Villa. If they win their game, so I mean, I don't think we're playing Villa at all again. So if
Yeah,
everybody wins their games out, we'll end up being like a
yeah,
goal
but
difference kind of thing. So yeah,
yeah.
at
Regardless, if
this
you
point,
win, right, that puts you at 61, right, which then leaves Bournemouth with too much. It'd be 6 points, and they'd have to score 9 goals or so over that
yeah,
period
that's
or
what I'm
more
saying. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It
to
will have
get
to
in.
be, oh yeah. So everybody's got to win their games out to
Yeah,
make it
you don't
to
have to pray
Champions
that.
League.
Yeah, you don't have to pray that Villa, wins tomorrow, because I think they were so awful against Tottenham at the weekend, because
Hmm.
I the Europa game was on their mind. That's Emery's bread and butter. So, because they were awful, awful. I think Liverpool should be able to make it really.
I mean, I think
I don't know.
I will be in the top five. I mean, the top five make it to Champions League. So
Yeah, it comes back. Yeah,
I think
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I told you you were. Yeah, that's what Arsenal gave you. Top five. How many people talks about top five here for Champions League? You
oh,
know,
but that last season was top five too, thanks to
because
Liverpool.
well, yeah, okay. Well, I
And
guess you're
last
picking.
season, the past few seasons has been, I think, it's been the top five going to Champions League,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, because a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
have you
Yeah.
noticed I think the league has become a lot more competitive,
Oh
because
no,
a lot
I take
a
that
lot
back. I
It's
take
just
that
last.
back.
It's just
23, 24.
last season and this
it was
season.
just last season.
Last season and this season. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because of the number
Yeah.
of the number
The
of
team.
teams from the
Yeah.
from the Premier League. And if you notice
And it
that this
wasn't. I mean, did Liverpool get to the semis last year? I don't think so. It wasn't
no, they
No,
Liverpool
didn't.
last season.
we got
Oh,
to quarters.
Yeah, but
yeah,
Arsenal
No,
got
no,
to
no,
the
no, no.
semis.
Arsenal
Sorry.
got to semis.
No. We didn't play. I think
You
the first
PSG beat you guys.
knockout round. PSG beat us
Yeah,
a round of 16.
because yeah,
Yep,
because Aston
exactly.
Villa got to quarters.
Yep.
Yeah, so
All
Arsenal,
right.
Arsenal, Arsenal was the reason still.
Let's take a look at the
I'm just trying to wind you up.
fixtures.
I'm looking at your face as I'm making the statement.
All right, so it is the first game of the weekend, that Liverpool versus Chelsea game. Bright and early, at least for me here
Ooh,
in the
Mm,
CST time zone.
seven
Klopp,
thirty.
yeah, Klopp
Six, yeah.
hated those games.
Dexter,
Yes, sir.
guaranteed 3 points.
At this point, like I said, I don't know what team is gonna show up. Depending on and Anfield is not
Really?
like yeah, because
Oh,
Anfield, I will hope that the way they beat us, they were one of the teams that started that losing streak that we had where they beat
mm-hmm.
us last minute.
Yep,
I still
Estival.
remember that goal very
Brazilian
well.
guy,
So
yeah.
Estival.
hopefully they will replay that game and see how it is and try their best to like at least get something out of it. The way they did with
Yeah.
Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, the way Crystal Palace dealt with us this season, it was even bad. So beating them 3-1, that was. I mean, I was happy. Like that was like, it's just like that was the game for me
Mm.
this season coming back. So I think hopefully we can do that again with this Chelsea game. And being an early game, I don't really like it, but hopefully we get a win and I'll have a great week.
What can you
But,
do?
Okay.
but
Yeah.
remember, yeah, but
Charles,
remember that it's not the same Crystal Palace though. Gay was there when they
Well,
beat
Crystal
you.
Palace,
I understand.
I don't care who suited up for them. It's Crystal Palace. As a matter of fact, one of their players were like, He will play Liverpool 20 times, they will beat them 20 times." So,
Hmm.
Charles, what was your
so
prediction? And I want your prediction as an analyst. Don't tell me what your heart is thinking versus your head versus your
You don't
mind.
want to hear my prediction, it was my desire.
I don't want. I want your prediction as
yeah,
an analyst.
you know what your desires.
Okay, so
I don't want to know
realistically,
your desires.
realistically, as next time Liverpool that will show up. You understand? So and we also don't know the Chelsea that will show up. But because, like I mentioned earlier, these guys they have their pride to protect. I think they will step up. I think it's stepped up, and I
Okay,
think they can get a draw. That will be my prediction.
a draw.
Wow,
Okay.
stepping up is getting a draw. Okay.
Have you
Yeah,
seen where
yeah.
we are?
I mean, they have 6 losses in a row. A draw
Exactly.
is a massive improvement from a
Oh, it is.
guaranteed L.
I think you
Exactly.
guys have been shipping in about 3 games, 3 goals almost
Yeah,
every.
I mean, I
I
made the
think
comment. Someone thought I was being rude and disrespectful when I said Chelsea are the worst team in the league at the moment. But you have 6 losses in a row. Like no one else comes close.
don't
Not
worry,
even Burnley.
they have Tottenham next. They'll wake up that game, if
Yeah,
nothing.
that would be
I,
Derby.
I,
Yeah.
yeah, they wake up.
Okay. Gloria, what's
Mhm.
your prediction on the game?
Um, it's Salah playing.
No.
We don't know yet. We don't know. I mean, they said his injury wasn't much of a injury,
Too bad.
so
Yeah.
No,
yeah. So we'll see.
I see. Yeah, I see it as a Liverpool win really because oh, you can't get worse. It will be very competitive, but Chelsea have been so low lately. I don't know. You have to have. That's what I was asking about Reece James. You have to have someone that can drag them, make them feel like it matters. If he's not there, they have a lot of young, very combative players that instead of using those aggression, they use it in ways where they pick up silly fouls rather than grab like galvanize everybody. I see it
Hmm.
more. I think it is a Liverpool win, and I see Isak scoring. If Isak
Isaac,
plays.
I don't think
Isaac,
Isaac is
I
not
don't
going
think
to be
Oh,
Isaac is
is he
gonna
playing.
play
injured?
this weekend.
Yeah, he's injured.
Yeah, he went off
Yeah,
injured in the last game.
and
Oh, he
he's
did.
not
Oh, I didn't
even
know.
he didn't practice with the team
Oh,
earlier today. So
oh, okay. But I think Liverpool has enough. At least
I think there's a chance for Isak to be back because they said it's a small injury, but he
yeah,
did go off injured in
Isaac
the last
small
game.
injury is
Against
never
Chelsea.
your regular. It's not your regular small injury. But I think Liverpool should have enough. Liverpool should have enough. They're playing at
Yeah.
home, and the
yeah,
the cherry on the cake being they just have to win out to be in the Champions League. I think I think they'll take it. Chelsea really they don't have Chelsea for me. Maybe they're looking more towards the FA Cup at this point. So
I,
I think Chelsea might just be
I
better
would
off
actually
winning
agree
the
with Charles, and I'm gonna predict a draw for this game.
okay.
I think
Just
both
because
Interesting.
you
teams
know
are
that
just struggling,
we
and
want to flex muscle.
missing both Isak and Taylor might, even things out a bit as well. For as bad as Chelsea have been, I think
So
Liverpool might
okay,
struggle a
Isaac and
little as
Salah,
well.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
All right.
Salah. Okay.
Brighton Wolves. I'll give this one to you, Gloria.
Uh, I think Brighton's at home, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I think Brighton has enough.
Okay.
They have enough. I think Brighton takes this. Well,
Brighton
better
Even
win.
enough.
if they don't
Yeah.
have enough, Wolves not anything. That's what
Would.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wolves could be spoilers though. They don't have
No, but I
anything. You
think
don't
that's
have
They
anything
spoil.
are
to.
trying, but I think they lost that
I
fight the
think
moment the
that their
relegation was
spoil.
confirmed.
Yeah, I think that their spoiler thing happens in their house, and then even in
Oh,
their
okay.
house, they are
Yeah,
beating
that's true.
them now in their house because that game against Tottenham, honestly, is still annoying me. I thought they were going to do a madness, but guess what? Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Brighton takes
Mhm.
it. Brighton, they have a lot of attacking players. They should be way higher than they really are. So I
Yeah.
think this Brighton takes it.
All right, Charles. Fulham Bournemouth.
yeah, Fulham. I know they are doing good. I'll give it to them. Um, yeah, I don't expect from Fulham or there can be Bournemouth. I think they can take this. So I'll give a win Bournemouth.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. What is it? I think Bournemouth are 15 unbeaten at the moment, something like that.
Mm,
Ridiculous record.
that's it.
Iraola is really, really living on a bang.
Hmm.
All right, Shexter.
He's trying
Sunderland
to get
versus still is
Yeah,
mixed
Manchester
record.
United is where he's going to.
yeah. Did you see how he celebrated when they beat us? It was almost like he told somebody that, you know what, watch me. Whoever is going to give him a job, that I'm going to do something. Because after the game, honestly, the way he celebrated, I've never seen him as animated for real. Why you laugh?
Shexter.
Yes.
Sunderland, Manchester United.
Oh God. Should I answer? I'll use this one as Itara. I'll predict this one.
Yeah, yeah. Hoping Sunderland can help you revenge.
I mean, anything, anything is possible, but no, no. To be honest, to be on the I think it's gonna be a Manu win. They've really improved. The past few games, man, they have surprised.
Mhm.
You can see the how would I say it? You can see that the guys really want to play now. Unlike
Mhm.
before, you weren't sure what they were going to do, but right now they want to play. So I see Manchester United winning this game.
Yeah. Okay. I think there will be a surprise in this game. I don't know
Yeah,
what
I
it
have it.
is, but
Which one?
the Sunderland Man U
This
game. I
Man
think
U
it's gonna
game.
be straightforward.
I'm seeing a draw. I'm seeing a draw or a Sunderland win. Sunderland
Yeah.
Mm.
lately they've been losing. They've lost that allure of their home. And this is like this maybe the second to the last home game, or maybe this might be their last home game, depending. If this is
Sunderland.
their last home, yeah. If this is their
Mm.
last home game, they might, because I don't know. If this is their last home game, there's a chance that they won't want to lose it.
Okay.
At least they draw.
Okay. Gloria, our title
Uh,
rivals, City
oh,
host Brentford. Is
oh.
this another game where
Are
they
you
where
sure
they drop
Gloria is United
points? I think
Huh?
they.
Ah,
isn't big that?
no, 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 no. See,
No, I think I trust Gloria to predict as an analyst.
so actually, you know what? I have a podcast, right? I have a
Right.
podcast, and I predicted that City was going to drop points at Everton. I didn't think that Everton was going to score 3 goals, but I
Mm.
just felt it was going to be like a 1-1 goal or 0-0, where Everton just parks the bus, right?
Mm.
But I was so, and if in the IA today I was reading something about City, maybe him going to City or whatever. I was like, okay, maybe that was why. Obviously, my conspiracy theorist, mind came on. I'm like, was that the reason why he got to Donnarumma every time and he gave him the ball? Because
No, I think
everything had,
City actually tends to buy players that destroy them, like Grealish.
yeah, no, yeah,
They won't
exactly.
buy players that fluff the lines against them. So
No, no, no.
I don't
But
see
the
Ndiaye
way,
going up to
no, but
City.
what I'm saying is the way he went about. You can coach finishing. You can coach
I
finishing.
think that's just
And,
a rumor.
well,
That's
I'll,
just my
I'll just say,
impression anyway.
yeah, yeah,
Because
but
what
what
I've seen is City would buy the players that have a
They
good
want
game
to
against
buy.
them.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, I
Like
get that. But what I'm trying to
Semenyo
say,
gave them trouble earlier in the
mhm,
season and last season.
yeah, I get that. So guess what? I was looking at this game. I don't know why Coyote just come into my head. It's throws. It may not even be the football part of it. And they have that
Mm,
shadow guy. So I was looking at this game. I was looking at Bournemouth. I was looking at Everton, Brentford as draws for whatever crazy reasons. And then I was looking at Bournemouth as a Bournemouth win.
mm,
I'm telling you, because as much as City has played very well,
very
there have
well.
been gaps. There have been gaps. They play a very high line. And if you have players that are quick and can finish, just go back to when they played Burnley. If that Fleming guy were a better striker, do you know how many goals he would have scored against City that day?
Yeah, he should have scored at least 2 or 3 goals in that game.
He was tearing through their back line. Gehi and Kozanov. Kozanov, what helps City is the speed that Kozanov
Of
has.
course, enough.
His
Yeah.
recovery, yeah, his recovery speed. But people have been breaking their back lines. And you have Shada, you have Thiago, right?
Hmm.
Thiago will give Thiago will give their back line big problems. Looking back now,
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know why Ateta didn't play Gyökeres. Because if you have a bully center forward, it's going to do something, in that back line. And just look at what this guy. If you have speed and you have strength, that back line is going to be troubled. So I've been looking at this game as a draw. Obviously, with that I'll be happy, but as also City can nick something at the end of the game because City has players like that that'll keep coming. When City start pressing you, but this is going to be a fantastic game. If he ends up in a draw, I won't be surprised.
Okay.
Yeah,
So possible City draw. All right.
yeah.
Charles, Burnley Villa. What's your prediction on this one?
Yeah,
And
Burnley is
just a heads up, City actually played twice in this game week, so
Yeah.
heads up for everyone and especially the fantasy folks. But Burnley Villa, that's our first game on Sunday.
yeah,
Charles,
I'm giving it to
predictions.
Villa because they're still trying to cling to that European spot, UCL
Okay.
spot to play for. So yeah, Villa takes this.
So likely Villa and Liverpool maybe still in their Champions League places. Okay. Palace Everton Shexter.
Um, with the way everything came out against City, I think if they can keep the same momentum, I see them going out to win at Palace. And like
Okay.
Gloria said, their defensive line is not as great as it used to be. So yeah, so I
Okay.
would give it to Everton.
Everton. All
Also,
right.
also, Crystal Palace will be in the Conference League. They'll be playing this
Yes,
Thursday.
Everton has had more
Yeah,
more rest time. Okay.
Morris.
Forest Newcastle. What's your prediction, Gloria? Win, lose, draw.
Forest Newcastle.
Hmm.
Uh, Forest is actually playing some. Even their second string team, and they're doing the business. And I think they just have, they have Aoni and all those other players that they played against Chelsea. They must have been buoyed because everyone is trying to impress. If they make the Europa League final, which they have, the advantage right now, is
Yeah.
going to do one of two things. Obviously, they might over celebrate and whatever. If they're able to get what's that guy's name? Their captain now, the England player. No, he
Not
saw
gonna
yeah,
Gibbs White.
he suffered
Gibbs White, yeah.
concussion, right? Gibbs White, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If they can get him playing and they have Stills as their keeper, Stills always gives them he always gives them a chance, and they are home. And Newcastle has been, I think, Forest win,
Forest win. Okay.
Forest win.
Okay. Charles, you get the Arsenal game. You get the Arsenal game. So
We
let's
all
talk
get
about
the
the
Arsenal game,
implications. The
please.
implications about this,
Why
right?
why you putting me on the
So
spot? Like?
We all get the Arsenal game.
Gloria predicted a live game that takes City to 72, right? And if Arsenal win, that could have them 6 points clear with 2 games to go for Arsenal. So
Mm-hmm.
Charles, is this another step closer for Arsenal? Is there a slip up against West Ham? Give me your thoughts.
Scroll down. I know they are fighting relegation.
They're in 18th.
17th now or 18th.
They're 18th. They're 18th for sure.
Yeah,
Because Tottenham won and they
but so they
lost.
need to win.
They need to win.
And they are
They
home.
need to at least draw. Well, even a draw won't get them out of there. They need to win to get out of the bottom 3.
Should I call it? Checkstar, should I call it?
Call what?
Call it
Look,
West
what's
Ham
gonna
win.
happen is gonna happen. We're just here to get your opinion.
Nah, I don't think if they're
I know.
all about. No, go ahead. No, make your
I'm just,
prediction and I'll say what I got.
I think that's West Ham make a draw because West Ham need a win, so they're gonna try and push for that. But I think at this point, Arsenal is gonna ride that high, especially after the sitting. Arsenal qualifying for Champions League final. Arsenal is gonna carry them, so I think Arsenal is gonna win. Not easily, but yeah.
No, I agree with you. In my opinion, the one reason why I feel Arsenal, there are two hurdles. One is not a hurdle. Another one, we usually play better away at West Ham. They come to to the Emirates and cause a lot of upset. So we've been able to break that. That's sort of like a curse, this season. Last season, I think we beat them 5-1 or 5-2, something crazy like that.
Mm-hmm.
And Arsenal have, now is like an audition for a lot of the Arsenal players. Everybody wants to play in the finals. So for me, whatever team Arteta puts out there, everybody will want to show that they deserve to be in the finals. So for me, and I'm also thinking Arsenal has to have that mindset that we have to win this league very quickly so that we can have a little bit of time to rest for the finals. So Arteta is going to push them. The players are obviously wanting to play in the finals. I see an Arsenal win. As much as people said, oh, West Ham has not lost at home since January, but I don't think that counts here.
That happens here. Shexter, you were gonna add something real quick before we move on to the last 2 games.
Oh no, I was just saying they're fighting relegation. They want to win. You can open up. You can play Arsenal head on. So with that, I also see an Arsenal win.
Interesting. Wow. Everybody going for an Arsenal win. Okay. Tottenham go up against Leeds. This one's your prediction, Shexter. Tottenham are out
Uh,
of the bottom 3 at the moment.
uh,
Leeds seem to be more or less secure. What's your
it's
prediction on
going
this one?
it's a draw. This one I'm gonna call a draw in this game.
Okay, interesting.
I kind of see a Leeds win, not because of anything, but because Leeds are playing very free now, and Tottenham will be like tight because they know they have to win every game, and that's not a position you want to be. Leeds are almost, they're certainly, they're safe, right? So they're going to come in and play free. So it's just a
Okay.
matter of, oh, we can afford to win, we can afford to lose, but Tottenham has
Yeah,
to win. Absolutely.
and it's that kind of
Okay.
mentality that can cause you to have a draw because okay, it's either win or lose for us, we are okay. So, but then Tottenham needs it more, and so I think that's how I weigh them. And
Mm, well, yeah,
So
you're right.
last game, I'm gonna give you this one, Charles, since Gloria got the first City game for the double week that they have. Charles, what's your prediction going into this one? City against Palace.
Far away, a lot can happen between now and then. But Palace gives City problems. So I
Just a
think,
week.
I mean, Palace always gives City problems. City would true. The Palace
Okay.
situation,
So you're
okay, the
winning
coach
this one.
is actually living. So yeah,
It's
Mhm.
it's not
living. Yeah,
important to them.
Glasnow's living.
Yeah, so I'll put it. This is
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
City.
yeah,
let's just
yeah.
take a quick look
I
at
think
where
I think
Palace
we'll
is.
win too, because
So Palace is 15th. They're pretty much safe. Two losses in a row.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
and
can add two more.
it's them two that have a game in hand. So really, maybe nothing to play for. They're secure. They're not getting relegated, and it's probably too far for them to make Europe. It's 8 points away. So
but if they win the conference league, they make Europe.
yeah, that's fair. Yep. All right, and that brings us to the end of the recording. As always, really, really appreciate you guys for joining in here. Little banter,
So,
little football of, little bit of everything.
thank you.
sorry, before I have a question for Arsenal fans. So, if you guys win it out, you're gonna end up with 85 points, right?
If we win the remaining three games, yes.
Yeah. So you pretty much you'll win the championship. I mean, you win the EPL with 85 points.
Mhm.
So what was Arteta saying about Liverpool winning with 84 points last season?
I mean, he had a fair point. If you look at where Arsenal finished the previous seasons, again, for me, my personal beef is against Pep because I feel like Pep is the devil we've been trying to beat. I feel the team has been really good. It's just you're coming up against someone that has been better, and that devil is Arteta. Sorry, is Pep. So let me bring up the table real quick. If we look at the past seasons, so I'm
I
gonna
think
skip
this
that last season where you won, but this was 89 points 2 seasons ago. Season before that was 84 points. And I think even I think this was the season where we were still struggling. So we're not even in the conversation this year. So I think
And we
that's
had
Ateta's
wait,
point is
Liverpool had how many points over here? 91,
92.
92. So, like you
But
said,
again, like the
City.
devil is Pep.
It's all
The
Pep.
devil
It's
is
all
Pep.
Pep.
So if you manage to get one over Pep, which I'm really hoping, knock on everything, cross all the fingers and toes. Oop. I hope we can manage to find a way to get over the line because for me, they
Yeah.
drop points here, but it's still not done. I'm really upset that they managed to get that 1 point. A loss would have been so
oh
much better
yeah,
because it
would
it
have
still
been,
means we
yeah.
have to win our
No,
games.
yeah,
Otherwise, we are back to where we are.
yeah.
But it
So
could
A
be worse.
loss would have.
it could be
It could be
worse,
worse. So
but
I'll take. I
Celebrate
Don't
with
predicted.
joy.
worry.
I
like I
predicted.
said, like I
Yeah.
always say, if you ask me in
Don't worry.
August, if
I'll wear red. Or I'll wear red when you do your cookout. Don't worry. I'll wear red.
You
don't worry,
wear it.
you're invited. You're
Oh, yeah.
invited.
Oh my God.
All right,
Yeah.
guys. Thank you so much. Catch you on the next one.
All
All
right.
Thank you.
right.